Hello, hello, hello. I am hoping this is working. I'm still really new to going live on YouTube. It's a really strange process. You can't do it straight from the YouTube website. You need to use streaming software behind the scenes, and I know how to do it because I've done it before, but it is a little bit weird and a little bit clunky, and I also can't see at the moment if people are popping on. So I have to kind of leave it a few minutes. I don't want to start straight away with what I want to talk about, because obviously if you're not there and you're not seeing things, then that's no good. It's just come up, check the video resolution. Oh, okay. Current resolution is not optimal. Okay, well, I'm afraid I don't really know anything about that, so you'll have to bear with me. So if you are there and you are watching me, just pop a little comment, give me a little thumbs up, do something just so that I know that this is working properly. And once I do, then I will start my ramblings. It's been an interesting few days. I have just finally come down from running a kids online craft activity this morning live on my Facebook page. I originally set out to do it because I thought it would help some of my audience who are mums and dads who are having to do homeschooling if we did a little class. So I thought of did it for fun, thinking that maybe, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 people might watch it. And it got shared massively. Obviously, it hit the internet at just the right time. It got shared massively across the tinterwebs. Hello! Oh yay, someone's there. Gingham Girl 69. Hi. So it got shared massively across the interwebs, which was really amazing. And yesterday afternoon there was 14,000 people who were interested in attending the live stream, and just over 1,000 who said they were definitely going, so did it as a Facebook event. By the time I went to bed, it was on 21,000, and then this morning the lovely Viv messaged me and said, eek, you're on 24,500 people. Oh my goodness. I mean, you know, I'm quite happy to come on here and talk live, and you know that I'm quite happy to do videos and edit videos and post videos. I daily vlog. It doesn't faze me. But when I knew that I was going to be sitting down in front of potentially 24,000 people this morning, and doing something that I'd not rehearsed, not practiced, didn't know if it was going to even work, yeah, it was interesting, but it was brilliant. I'm still ploughing through all the comments on my Facebook page. I haven't even picked up my phone and gone on Instagram and had a look to see if I've had any tags on there, but I will do later. But it was lovely. It was really nice to see everyone coming together with their kids, and you know, cracking on with some crafts and staying indoors and staying safe. Lorianne, hello. Kirsten, hi. Kay, hi. So how is everybody? Hopefully you are all indoors and safe and with your families. Obviously some of you won't be watching this live if you're at work, but some of you will still be working. Probably if you're still working, then you're out there doing something amazing, medical, or you're one of the poor people who I feel incredibly sorry for, who is working in supermarkets and shops, and I would imagine having a pretty horrible time right now. It's a scary time, isn't it? I think. Aw. Thanks, Mum. Go home. That was my mum, bless her. My mum's self-isolating at the moment, but they have just got in their car and driven over to my house to pick up some vegetables that I've left in my cupboard outside my house, and now they're driving back home again, but they're going to drive the long way home through the country lanes so that they can get a bit of fresh air through the open windows. It's horrible, isn't it? I can't even see my own mum. Not properly, anyway. Yes, Isabel. What? Can you talk? Can you what? Can you hug me? Yes, of course you can hug me. It's currently lunchtime at the Mac Academy. at the moment. So we are also homeschooling. He'll pop up there in a minute. We're also homeschooling, and it's currently lunch break, hence why I've scheduled to come on and chat to you. But yeah, it's a funny time, isn't it? We can't be close with our loved ones and our friends and family. Obviously, thankfully, we've got this amazing opportunity now to be virtually connected with one another, which is great. And I'm seeing so many things popping up on the internet. Joe Wicks is doing his PE lessons in the morning here in the UK for children to take part in. Obviously, I did my little craft class this morning, and I'm going to keep doing those on Monday mornings. I'm going to be doing quite a lot of online classes and things for all of you guys too, via my Facebook page, via Zoom, and I'm going to keep putting tutorials up on YouTube for you and keeping you busy. But I'm just going to start drip feeding those in over the next couple of weeks. I think us here in the UK are certainly set for a good few weeks of lockdown. At the moment, our government, I mean, and those of you from the UK who are watching will know this, but at the moment our government is warning us that if we don't behave and do as we're supposed to do, then they are going to have to get tougher. And I, for one, really hope that that doesn't happen, because the way things stand at the moment, I can continue to use my lovely space and my studio. I can drive there and I can go there, and I don't have to come into contact with anybody. And I can still go there and dispatch orders and kits. I can still craft, I can still sew, I can still make things. And that's brilliant. That means I can actually continue to run my business, albeit virtually. If we get a time where things get scarier, I mean, the lovely Tracy, one of my regular online ladies, is in Spain at the moment, and they're not even allowed to leave their home. If they do, they have to be going to the supermarket, or they have to be going to pick up medication, or do something along those lines. If they drive anywhere, only one person can be in a car, which again, that would not suit me, because I'd need to take the children with me. So yeah, I'm having to think about these things, and at the end of the day, it's going to get harder, it's going to get tougher. So I just urge every one of you, if you're one of those people that's currently wandering around down the beach with everybody else, I doubt any of you are, because you're all lovely, but if you're one of those people, or one of those people who's got into their caravan and driven down to Devon to have a holiday and think, oh, I'll isolate down there instead of at home, go home, get back indoors, do as you're told, and then we won't have all of our freedom taken away from us. But anyway, rant over. So beautiful things. What are we up to? Who's crafting? Who's making? Who's sewing? Who's knitting? I'm going to be launching some challenges this week in the BTHQ Facebook group, the free Facebook group. I'm going to be launching some challenges such as a Corona cast on. We have our Christmas Eve cast on, so hey, why don't we have a Corona cast on? And we can all be working on a garment or a project or a blanket. It can be crochet or knitting, so I'm going to be launching that. One of the things I did come up with, which was quite a funny idea, someone shared a meme with me that was a lady who said the meme said her psychiatrist told her to make new friends, and she's sitting on the sofa with a knitted person and like a sewn person or put together with fabric person doing her knitting. So she's made herself some new friends. So I did think we could maybe do a make new friends challenge, but I don't know if anyone would want to do that. So pop any comments that you might have into the comment box, any questions you might have for me. I'd love to answer them. Let's chat. Where are you at the moment? Are you isolating? Are you on lockdown? Are you having to continue working? Are you working from home? Are you homeschooling? What are you up to? I would love to know. So I'm going to just wait for a few of your little messages to pop through. Otherwise, I'm just going to ramble. ramble rubbishly. So we are homeschooling today. It's a home day today. Tomorrow I'm going to try, where possible, to keep my BTHQ hours. I'm a bit of a stickler for routine, so I think if I stick to my routine and try and work that around the children, it will really help me. So tomorrow is a BTHQ day. I'm normally there school hours, so we'll be there tomorrow from 9 until 3. Or 2:30. I'm going to take the children with me. Obviously the door will be locked to anybody else. No one else can come or go. It's basically going to be an extension of our home environment for the next, well, for as long as I'm allowed to do that. So we'll be doing that. The kids will be doing their homeschool. I've done a timetable for half an hour blocks of things and activities that they can do and things they can do. But I'm not being that mum that's, you must do this and you must do that. I'm being fairly lenient this week. It's new for all of us and I want us to kind of ease in gently. So silly things like the first lesson that Tom's going to do tomorrow will be IT. And as such, he's going to move my computer from its current standing station to a table and set himself up a desk area where he can get on with his schoolwork using my computer. But I'm going to get him to set it all up himself. So we'll be doing that on Tuesday. We're at BTHQ all day Wednesday. Thursday I'm normally working from home, so we'll be at home here. But I'm not going to work on Thursday. I'm going to have it as my day off, which it should be. And that might mean I do a bit of decluttering or something else around the house. And then Friday I'm at BTHQ all day, but Mr. Mac is working from home, so he is taking over the Macademy while I go to work, and I will probably still go to work on Saturday as well. So yeah, we've got an online class on Friday that I'm going to be running via Zoom if you want to join in. It's only £2.50 and it's called Play with Paint. So it'd be lovely to see some of you there. Right, okie dokie. So Kirsten says, we had that warning last week. Since yesterday, we're now not allowed to have direct contact to more than one other person except family members that live together. Kirsten, whereabouts are you? Oh, Germany. Yeah, okay. So can you still drive around in Germany? So if like you had a workplace like I do that you could go to and be there on your own, could you do that? Claire says, hoping to knit later. I seem to have wasted all morning trying to use Zoom for Annis's clarinet lesson. Had to use WhatsApp instead. Oh, the problem is, Claire, I've noticed this with Zoom, because everybody is now doing stuff online all the time. The internet in itself is being massively squeezed. And I think it's only going to get worse. If you're having any real problems, I do use Zoom quite a lot. I do know my way around it, so I'm happy to help you. Feel free to ping me a lesson. Ping me a message and I'll try and help. Eileen says, hello from Southern Illinois. Gilliam girl, I work at Sainsbury's. I have to go to work. I have a week's holiday at the moment. Oh God, you poor thing. I do think it will start to get a little bit better. My husband messaged me this morning. He'd popped to Waitrose on his way into work, and he said actually the shelves were looking good. There was quite a lot of food. There was meat. He managed to pick up some minced beef so that we can do a shepherd's pie. And he said it was looking better. It wasn't as bad as it had been, and it wasn't quite so busy. I think people finally, at the end of the day, we have small fridges and freezers here in the UK. There's only so much food we can hold. And I think if people do just step back a bit and let the shops have a couple of minutes to breathe and restock, and then stick to you can only have 2 of this and 2 of that rules, that we should hopefully, level out a little bit. But no, I do feel for you. That's obviously a horrible job to have right now. Heather says, we were given a stay-at-home order yesterday, only allowed to leave for essentials and only essential businesses allowed to operate. We've been homeschooling for a week. That's my fear, Heather, that if we get told that businesses can't operate, even if we are the only person going there, that I won't be able to go to BTHQ anymore. So we would get a warning. They're not just going to do it just like that, because they can't expect businesses to close down if they're not given the chance to close, if that makes sense. So if I get that warning, then I've already said to my husband, my plan is to put the seats down in my car, head over to BTHQ, put my sewing machine, my overlocker, my Cricut, all of my cricket vinyl and my cricket kit, all of my video camera kit, everything in the car. I'll throw in some kits and some stock and some packaging materials. I'll probably chuck in all my camera equipment. I've said that already. Big cutting mat, rotary cutters, all my sewing tools and things like that. Grab my fabric stash, because I have got already bagged up all projects that I want to make and the patterns and everything else, and just load my car up, and then it can then stay outside the front of my house as my office, and I can bring stuff in as and when I want it. So I have a plan of action. I'm hoping I won't have to do it though. Heather says we have a food concessions business that we set up at art shows. So no art shows, no festivals, no work, trying to make the rest of it and enjoy our time at home. I know, Heather, it sucks, doesn't it? My husband works for a games company, not computer games, but actual real games. And they do all of the big shows over predominantly in America, but also here in the UK. And all of their shows have been cancelled. And they were actually, some of them were cancelled while they were actually taking place in the States, so they had to get everybody back from the States as well. So he's had an awful lot of work on at the moment. He's the only one currently in the office. All of his staff are working from home, with the exception of their warehouse, which is still shipping orders. And they've been super busy, because obviously everyone's stocking up on their games so that they can crack on with stuff when they're locked down. But no, I do feel for you. That's really sad. But hopefully, when we're allowed to return to normal, like I will hopefully open the doors of BTHQ and everyone will come flooding back in, you will be able to attend the shows and people will really enjoy having the ability and the opportunity to be able to go. Lorianne says cooking and storing meals in the freezer. Lorianne, it's ironic, isn't it? So 2 weeks before all of this big lockdowny kind of situation started and everyone started panic buying, I started working with my friend Lisa, who's a nutritionist and a PT, and she's been coaching me and helping me with food prep. So I had done 2 weeks of food prep and I had filled my freezer completely with meals. And so there actually wasn't therefore any room for anything else. All those meals are still there. I haven't actually eaten any of them or used any of them because they're there for if we really can't get fresh stuff in the next few weeks, or if one or the other of us becomes poorly and we have to self-isolate. So Kirsten said, yes, we can go out or go shopping, but most shops are shut down. Yeah, our shops are slowly shutting down. My hairdresser messaged me last night. She's closed with immediate effect, and it's first world problems, I know, and it really doesn't matter, but you know, we have to laugh about this situation to get through it. I have hair extensions, I don't know if you know that, and I've had my current lot for 5 months. So they are currently, my hair extensions are now, they normally start up here, they're now down here at the top of my ears, and they're starting to form little dreadlocks. And they really need to come out, and I need to have new ones put in for another however long. So they're at the point where I desperately need to go and get them taken out. But my appointment is next week. So I can't have them taken out. I'm going to have to live with them as they are at the moment for a little while. But worst case scenario, my hairdresser messaged me and told me how to get them out by myself, but I will need the help of Mr. Max. So who knows, in a couple of weeks' time, we might be coming at you with a how to get your hair extensions out in lockdown video. Could be funny. First world problems, and goodness knows what's going to happen to my nails when they grow off. Heather says that's a good plan. Claire says our internet keeps dropping out, so I lost you for a bit. It's making it tricky for kids to do the homework. I know, it is hard. The system that my son's school uses has been crashed for the last 2 days. So whilst they have set loads of work and they've given them the opportunity to talk to their teachers and everything else, it's not something they can't access at the moment. I think it's going to be a problem. I'm not sure how we're going to fix it. Whether the internet companies can do anything to boost the signal or not, I don't know. I know Netflix has already said they're going to be streaming at a lower bit rate, I think. So you'll still be able to watch things, but the quality won't be as high. Sorry, I've got terrible hiccups. Won't be as high. We're due to get Disney Plus next week. It launches here in the UK next week. But I do know that in France they've delayed the start of Disney Plus, so I am expecting an announcement any day to say they'll be delaying it here too, which is going to be a shame. But obviously everyone, we're being told work from home, and use virtual communication methods. The people at Zoom are probably rubbing their hands together, because I know lots of people will have signed up for a paid Zoom account. I have. You can use Zoom for free, but you're limited to how long you can talk for and how long you can run things for, and I don't want to be clock watching if I'm trying to run a live class. But I know, no, it's a bit of a nightmare, but I'm sure it will sort itself out. I am sure it will sort itself out. It's just going to take everybody getting used to it, and getting used to the situation. And also, I think a lot of people are jumping straight to the internet because that's what they're used to. It made me laugh. I saw a meme someone shared yesterday about before quarantine, and there was a picture of all of the family members all on their various phones and devices, and then after quarantine, and it showed everybody out walking in the countryside, and it made me laugh because it's true, because everyone was basically told, get outside, fresh air, you can still go for walks. And I think people are like, right, well, while we can still go for walks, we're going to go for a walk, which actually completely went against everything that we were being advised. But we always used to always be on our devices, but I don't think we used them for quite so much. We weren't streaming quite so much. It wasn't so much live content, and that's what's eating up the data. Kirsten said, we are positively allowed to go for a walk, might help us avoid domestic violence. We're encouraged to go for a walk too, but what's been happening here in the UK is that people haven't been following the social distancing rules. So I'm going for a walk this afternoon. We're going to the woods with a friend of mine and her daughter, but we will be making sure that we remain 2 metres apart from one another, and that goes for the kids as well. We're taking our own coffee with us, and I'm not being funny, 2 metres is far enough. You can still hear each other talk. Myself and the other mum will be 2 metres apart, so will the girls, and they'll be 2 metres away from us, and we're going to maintain that. But it is hard to do that, and you can appreciate when everybody is out trying to do the same thing, trying to keep 2 metres away from each other is a really hard thing to do. But we are encouraged to get out, go for walks and go for fresh air, definitely, and I would encourage that. I know Elspeth went for a walk this morning. She's self-isolating, but she just got up early and she went out early before other people came online. I'm just going to move to 1 second. My mum's just sent me a message. Okay. I'd left it for some smoked salmon that was in the fridge, and apparently the best before date was a bit late. Silly me. Right, sorry. Let's go back to you. Right, anyone else got anything to say? Is anyone else planning anything crafty? Is anyone else getting up to anything crafty at the moment? Have they cast anything on? Are you sewing anything? We've got the new sewing club starting on the 1st of April, so we've got lots of new people joining that. We have had an increase in membership requests, obviously, because it means it's something people can do at home over the next few weeks or so. So if any of you would like to join, it's not too late. you can join us, and we start on the 1st of April. So there's lots of people getting ready for that. I know lots of people have been making my pincushion. I did a free tutorial here on YouTube to make a little pincushion. Lots of people have been making that. And over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be filming some more little tutorials. So let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like me to do a tutorial for, and I will do it for you. Wow, Kirsten, I managed to sew my first coat in the last few days, something I was always afraid of. That's amazing. Well done. I've made a very simple coat, and I've made a very simple jacket, both of which, I say simple, I didn't find them simple, but to look at, they're very simple. And it is certainly one of those projects that people find daunting. I think a bit like sewing, a pair of tailored trousers or jeans as well. Laura said, when is your next Zoom class? My next Zoom class, Laura, is on Friday. Let me just double check the time. I think it's 12:45 UK time. Yes, 12:45 UK time. It's £2.50. And it's called Play with Paint. So you will need some materials, but only very basic materials. And we're basically going to be encouraging you to experiment and showing you lots of different techniques, or I'm going to show you lots of different techniques to create really fantastic painted backgrounds that you can use in card making, or you could use them as covers of books or backgrounds for collage. All sorts of different things. It's just a really mindful practice, which is going to be for about an hour and a half. I'll show you all the different methods, and then you can join in and paint along with me, and then we'll all obviously be able to see each other's work, because it's going to be by Zoom. So all being good, if the internet allows, it will all work well. So that's the plan. So I will, when I come off here, I'll pop a link down below, unless any of you are able to put a link in the comments. Oh, I can put a link in the comments. Duh. One sec, I will do that. I forget that I can actually still use my computer while I'm doing the webcam thingy. I'm really not very technical. Here we go, Play with Paint, an online me time meetup. Copy and paste, where are you? Where are you? There you are. Here we go, I'm popping a link into the comments now so you can go and have a look. There we go. Heather says, I started 3 sewing projects: French poetry, Plidas, 2 dress. I don't know what that is. Let's have a look at that. A McCall's button-up top and some McCall's palazzo pants with some funky and fun coloured rayon. Fabulous! Are they the McCall's palazzo pants? No, mine's not a McCall's pattern. My ones that I love are a New Look pattern, I think. Laura says, that's fab. See you Friday. Oh, it'll be lovely if you can join us, Laura. Really enjoy that. Go check out that link. That would be brilliant. I have got in my box of Selfish Sewing, if I get a chance to do any of it, and I think the only reason I would get a chance to do any of it is if we are put into a very strict lockdown. I have got a faux wrap dress that I want to sew, which I think that's a McCall's pattern. I've got a McCall's shirt dress, which is all cut out and just needs to be put together. I've got 2 bodysuits that are all cut out and just need to be sewn together. And I've got an Eve dress that I want to make. And I can't think off the top of my head. Oh, I've got a really nice sweatshirt that I want to do, and some pants for Mr. Mac. Hey Maddie, how are you? Are you at school? Tell us all. Maddie is a teacher. Maddie's one of my teachers. She teaches for me in the school holidays and the weekends, but she is a teacher in a school. So I'm guessing that she's at work today, but working with the children who are still in school, which for those of you not in the UK, you won't necessarily know. Our schools have closed here. but they are open for children of key workers, and there's a whole list of different people that are classed as key workers, but it's mainly medical people. Oh, one sec. My alarm. That means, hang on, lunchtime's over. The bell has rung, so Izzy is now going to be doing some spelling shed, and Tom is Tom is going to be logging on to Zoom and reading to Elspeth. So we've roped in all of our family members and our friends I have, to help in the Macademy. So we have external teachers. But anyway, sorry, Maddie works in a school, and schools are open for the children of key workers, but only when they are needed. It's all a little bit vague at the moment. It's kind of something that was put into place very quickly when our schools closed on Friday, to then remain open on the Monday, and a lot of schools still don't know whether they're coming or going, understandably. There's decisions as to what teachers are going in, and if they should be going in, or whether they should be with their families, and it's just all a bit strange. So Maddie, I'd be really interested to know what's happening in the world of the school. Laura says we have Sewing Bee starting soon. We do. The advert has been on. I haven't seen it myself. It has been on, but we haven't got a date yet. Maddie says lunchtime, so ham sandwich has been had. I've been busy organising my textiles room. Kids are in DT this afternoon. How many kids have you got in, Maddie? Out of interest, are you in an area where you've got lots of key workers, and are they in every day, or are they just coming in when their parents aren't able to look after them? Kirsten said, this morning I started a new journey with shapewear and lingerie, the second big project I've always wanted to start. Oh my gosh, that sounds daunting. Yes, my lovely.
I don't know if you're meant to do your school spelling words or just...
Spelling web. Can you help this spelling spider and fill his web with tasty spelling words? No, I think that's just an example. You may want to use coloured pencils to make your web stand out. Ask a partner. I think you need to use your school spelling words.
I don't know.
They'll be on the app, won't they? Your Mrs.
No, because the app doesn't work like that. You can't see the whole word.
Oh, okay. He might just want tasty spelling words. You go to your spellings. Go and find your spellings. It says here, look, copy each of your spellings. I'll do a different thing then, and I'll come and help you in a minute.
All of them I need spelling words.
Okay, go get me the iPad. Oh dear, mum's school. 20 kids at the moment. That's not too bad. Is that across the whole school, or just in your class? It's not huge. I know we were talking on Friday when I was talking to the teachers at my children's school. They were looking at potentially having up to 79 kids in, which I thought was quite a lot.
You're not meant to do it on the iPad.
No, you're not. But it's got your words. Bear with me. Bear with everybody. We're just going to find spelling shed. There we go. And we're going to go to log you in. No, that's all right. Log you in. Sign in. Right, put your username and your password in, and then you'll find your words. Your teacher will have put them there. All right, Maddie says today. Oh, you already answered that one. What's the video like, by the way? Just out of interest, is it crackly or anything? Because I've had a little warning come up that says, check the video resolution, and it's not optimal. So if it's bad and it's terrible and I look awful, I can change it next time I do a live stream. There we go. You've all gone quiet on me. Yeah, hold school at the moment. Obviously that could change each day. We'd planned for 60, so all staff available are in today until we get a rota, and then I think we only need to be in one day each week. Well, that isn't too bad, is it? And obviously that allows you to make sure that you're doing some social distancing as well, which is great. So, right, I am going to finish up now because it is time for me to help my wee one with her spelling. Oh good, resolution's fine, not fuzzy. Thank you, Lorianne. Brilliant. So feel free to add more comments into this. I'll come back to you. I'm going to upload another tutorial on Wednesday. I'm trying to keep up with my regular content. And BTHQ Banter is going nowhere. I'm going to continue with that on Fridays. But obviously it will be a slightly different format because you're going to get to see, you know, what happens as far as I'm concerned. It'll be more about the beautiful things, business, rather than the actual studio itself. Laura says, sorry, my mum rang, got to go, help her pick up a computer for a catch up later. Definitely going to join the art class on Friday. We'll DM you on Insta instead. Little Stitcher says, oh, Laura, hi, sorry, I didn't put two and two together. Yes, Little Stitcher says, lovely. And I've got that tutorial to put up, don't worry. That's another one that's coming up next week with your lovely fabric. So I'm going to go. Thank you all very much. I will see you all soon.